Up with that, it wasn't letting me go live. It was not that it wasn't letting me go live. The Streamlabs wasn't showing my live. YouTube was showing my live, but Streamlabs wasn't. When I went to the scheduler, it wasn't in there. I had to change the time to 12:05. First I was there at like 11:59. I thought, okay, well, it's because it's not 12 o'clock. I waited till 12 o'clock. It still wasn't there. Did it again. I had to change it to 12:05. Sorry about that. But we have a case. We're going to do a deep dive. And if you've been with this channel a long time, my name is Carolyn. This is what I do best, is true crime deep dives. This is a Colorado professor in his 40s. And he called 911. He said that his wife fell off a stepladder. Okay, her injuries, everything was not consistent. She was dead. She was transported to the hospital where she was pronounced dead. 2-month-old baby, also deceased. He then is found with scratches and blood on his knuckles, and he says, oh, that's my psoriasis. This is what it is. It's my psoriasis. So he has been arrested on suspicion of murder. Let's take a look at this. We're going to take a look at this whole case, and we're going to take a look at the affidavit first because that's the first place to start. Let me get that, and got it right here. And I'm going to pull it over. Okay, so defendant Myklebust, Nicholas, date of birth 9/26. Let me put my glasses on. 9/26/1979. Armed with none. Location is in North Syracuse Street. Arrest date July 29th. Arrest time 7:05 a.m. Officer Ernest Sandoval. First degree murder. Okay, now he's been charged with first degree murder. He was arrested first on suspicion of murder. Now it's first degree murder. On July 29th, 2024, at approximately 6:54 hours, the Denver Combined Communications Center received a 911 call stating that the caller had just found his wife on the ground with blood coming from her head, and that he also found his baby who was not breathing. The caller, Nicholas Myklebust, stated that, and that's redacted. Mr. Myklebust stated to 911 that's also redacted. Officers and paramedics arrived on the scene and they transported the victim and that's the wife, with multiple blunt force injuries to her head and face. Paramedics stated that these injuries were not consistent with a fall, but they were not sure what caused them. The wife was pronounced deceased at 7:31 hours by Dr. Zane. The infant was located on the bed inside the bedroom. She was pronounced deceased at 7:32 hours by Dr. Cardenas. The baby did not have any visible injuries. Officers contacted Mr. Myklebust, who stated, and that's redacted, Detective Sandoval contacted officers and was appraised of the situation. Detective Sandoval asked officers to secure the residence for a search warrant and to obtain photographs of Mr. Myklebust's hands prior to placing bags on them. Officer Jones obtained 2 photographs of Mr. Myklebust's hands, which appeared to have bruising on the knuckles and blood. Detective Sandoval arrived on scene approximately at 7:55 hours and requested that Mr. Myklebust be transported to the Denver Police Headquarters for an interview. Detective Sandoval entered the residence and observed 3 separate pools of blood, 2 which were caused by paramedics moving the victim close to the bedroom door and then into the living room kitchen area. The original pool of blood, which was where Mr. Myklebust found his wife, was near the bassinet along the south wall of the bedroom. There was nothing to show that the wife had fallen or struck her head in any manner on any items in the bedroom. There was no evidence that the wife had fallen down. Detective Sandoval then responded back to the Denver Police Headquarters to interview Mr. Myklebust. Prior to the interview, criminalist Ben Palmer took photographs of both hands of Mr. Myklebust, as well as scratch marks on the neck, chest, and back of the neck to Mr. Myklebust. Detective Sandoval then took Mr. Myklebust into the interview room, where he was read his Miranda advisement. Mr. Myklebust stated that he understood his rights and agreed to waive them to speak with Detective Sandoval. Mr. Myklebust stated, okay, they've redacted that on us at this time. Detective Sandoval asked about the bruising to his knuckles, and Mr. Myklebust stated, Detective Sandoval asked about the scratches to his chest and neck, and he again stated, Detective Sandoval stated that those are not consistent with psoriasis. And Mr. Myklebust stated something else that was redacted. Detective Sandoval asked again for Mr. Myklebust to explain how his wife was injured, and he stated, redacted, Detective Sandoval explained the injuries are not consistent with a fall, and Mr. Myklebust stated, redacted, Detective Sandoval explained that now would be the time for Mr. Myklebust to be honest, and he again stated, what's redacted, Detective Sandoval asked Mr. Myklebust if he killed his wife and why, and he stated, also redacted, based on the injuries to the decedent, redacted, they are not consistent with a fall and appear to be inflicted by someone else. In Detective Sandoval's experience and training, the bruising and swelling of the knuckles appear consistent with someone who was involved in a physical altercation, and that the hands appeared to be used to strike something. Detective Sandoval also noted that the scratches on the chest and neck appear consistent with someone who is scratching and fighting with another, either to protect themselves or to cause injury to another person, right? And according to Mr. Myklebust, they were the only people home at the time he fell asleep, and he was the person who located his wife deceased. So the statement of probable cause affidavit for arrest warrant, he was arrested. Okay, and then hang tight 1 second. Okay. All right, so he was an English professor in Colorado. He was arrested Tuesday on suspicion of murder after police found his wife bleeding and injured, his infant daughter dead on a bed. He taught at Regis University, 44 years old. He called 911 on Monday to report that he found his wife on the floor inside their home and their infant daughter was not breathing. I'll show you, let's see this. See if they have their, I'll show you that in a minute. Okay, so Tuesday, Myklebust told police that he had woken up from a nap to find his 44-year-old wife, hold on 1 second, Sirin Kim, on the ground bleeding, and that he believed she must have fallen from a stepladder in the bedroom. I just want to grab this. She was 44 as well. Officers who arrived on the scene did not see evidence of that. Kim had multiple blunt force injuries to her head and face that were not consistent with a fall. The medical examiner has not released the official cause of death. The daughter was found in a bedroom without visible injuries, but she was pronounced dead at the scene. Detectives observed blood and bruising on the husband's knuckles, along with scratch marks on his neck and chest. Myklebust told police that the bruising was skin discoloration and that his wife sometimes scratched his body because of his psoriasis. His wife would scratch his psoriasis. Wasn't that nice of her, right? The Denver Deputy District Attorney Anthony Santos told the judge at Myklebust's bond hearing that police also found bloody gloves in the dryer and on the dryer. The child, the baby, now this is the real kicker, was not the first child. The child that died Monday was the second child to die in Myklebust's custody. According to a Gazette citing prosecutors at his bond hearing, Myklebust's first child died in 2021 after suffering skull fractures, but no charges were filed at the time. Why? That's what I want to know. Why? 3 years ago, no charges were filed? An attorney for Myklebust didn't respond to the press's asking for comments about the situation. Regis University shared a statement saying that the news of Myklebust's arrest was profoundly distressing for their entire community, and saying, I quote, our thoughts and prayers are with everyone affected by this situation, especially the victim's family and all the members of our community who are grappling with this difficult news. Okay, now. Go over here. We're going to go and grab and see what we can find. Okay, I think. Let me see. I'm trying to find some information about the wife. So I get a profile here, but not sure that that's her. It doesn't look like him, but it could be him. Let me try something else. Okay, so let me go over here and see what we can find. Now this is another picture of the professor that I'm going to put up there. Make it smaller. Gonna go over here and see what we can find, if we can find some information on his wife. Okay, his wife is Korean American. Here's another photo. He had bagged his hands. See scratches on his chest. He had swollen knuckles, bruises, blood on his fists, scratches on his chest and neck. Here's a picture of his wife. Not a very good picture. See, now their first baby, and it was this couple's baby. Now, if this is correct, and her age is 44 years old, and she had a 2-month-old, and if the first baby died 3 years ago when she was 41, you know, it says in 2021 the couple's first baby died under similar circumstances. The first baby died of a skull fracture when she was only 3 months old. I don't know why that wasn't questioned, and now his attorney, who is Becca Butler Dines, argued that there are no criminal charges filed in connection with the death of the first child. The local residents say that where this occurred is a peaceful neighborhood, there's no history of crime, and they had little interaction with their neighbors. A neighbor, Stephen Hathaway, said, and I quote, "I usually just see him come out to take out the trash, but I didn't know his wife and baby lived with him. When I think about the brutality of the incident, my heart races and I'm afraid." Video footage obtained from a neighbor showed Myklebust vomiting in front of emergency responders who arrived on the scene. Myklebust told investigators that his bruises, scratches, everything was due from itching with psoriasis. He said that his wife suffered from depression, but that their relationship was very good. He'd been working at Regis University since 2014, specializing in 11th and 15th century poets and literature. He was an English professor. So let's see. So the wife, it was in her 40s. Let's see here. Trying to find some more on the wife, their marriage, the first situation. A lot of times you can get that. People leave information. Let's see here. Don't understand when no charges were filed with that skull fracture of the first baby. I don't understand that whole situation. Let me see. Medieval literature professor arrested in brutal murder of wife. Yes, she was 44 years old. He told police that he woke up from a nap and he found his wife. Okay, let's see if we can go and okay, that's not. Let me see if this is her. No, definitely not. Okay, so let's try something else. See what we can see in the comments here. Guess there's not many comments there. Okay, so this is where they lived. Let me get this here. Come on. Okay, so it's looking come on. Computer's being a little jerk again. Make this a little larger. So in there, I mean, there's very close quarters. Did anybody hear anything? See. A member of their faculty, according to the university's associate professor who teaches English. Okay, now here's the statement from Regis University. Regis University is deeply saddened to learn that a member of our faculty, Nicholas Myklebust, has been charged with a serious crime. The news is profoundly distressing for our entire community. Our thoughts and prayers are with everyone affected by this situation, especially the victim's family and all members of our community who are grappling with this difficult news. In moments of such sorrow and confusion, we are reminded of our Jesuit values to offer compassion and to seek justice with love. We are focused on providing support to our students, faculty, and staff through our counseling services and our university ministry. We ask for respect and privacy for all individuals involved as we navigate this challenging time together. So I'm going to see, hold on, I'm going to try something else to see if we can get some more information. Okay. I don't understand the circumstances of the first child, and then that he would, and the first child dying at 3 months, this child dying at 2 months. Myklebust told officers that his relationship with Kim was great, though the baby had been more fussy than usual. The 44-year-old professor does not have previous criminal charges in Colorado other than a speeding conviction. It appeared the crime scene had been altered and that someone had tried to clean up blood, according to the prosecutors. He is currently on a $5 million cash bond due to the horrific nature of his wife's wounds. Okay, let me see if you guys are following along here, if you have anything to add. Let me see. Okay, so hello there. Hi, little lady. Hi, Margot, Elle, Sharon, Gail B. Sassy Darcy, Slam RN, Flower Girl Phillips, Liz Tops. Good to see you, Liz Tops. Rosalita Marie. Okay, so has anybody been following this case? Haley Smith, good to see you. Has anybody been following this case in the news? I'm really wondering about that first baby. Sassy Darcy says no, she's not been following this. Elle says no, she's not been following this. Margot says no, she's not been following this. Haley Smith says no, she's not been following this case. Okay. Don't you think it's... little lady says no, this is the first I've heard of it. Okay. Sharon? Nope. Where did... Colorado, Elle. Colorado, July 29th. Doesn't anybody think having a 3-month-old baby die of skull fractures 3 years ago without any charges being filed, and then 3 years later a 2-month-old child deceased and the wife deceased? Like, why would there not be any charges on the 3-month-old? What happened? What was going on with that? And his wife was of advanced maternal age, okay? She would have been 41 years old with the last, it's 41 and 44 is not unheard of or impossible, but it could be that they had tried to have a baby from when the other baby died, 41 to 44, and then just had this baby, and then this baby is now dead. They may have had no need. Think it was foul play. Well, a child to have skull fractures and be dead at 2 months old. What were they going to say? The baby had a bad fall. It was nobody's fault. I mean, what was going on there? Hi, Betty from South Wales. How are you? So yeah, what's the deal there? I don't know, but I want to find out more about that situation. Was it also in Colorado? Where were they? They had to have been, because he was at Regis University since 2014, right? Let's see if we can find any more information on that. So that would be 2021. 2021. 3-month-old Denver infant dead, fractured skull. Okay. Well, when I'm getting that, I'm getting all recent news. Let me see here. Okay, sorry, I had an itch in my eye. Trying to get something from back then. Let me see. Man arranged to meet his newborn. No, that's not it. Mark Redwine, they have there. Okay, not getting anything on there. Oh, wait a second. Hold on a minute. Okay, this was in Colorado. Charges against a Colorado man accused in the death of a baby are dropped after an order to dismiss, but that's not him, but that's Colorado. It's in 2023, so let's keep looking. But they dismissed, maybe Colorado's, I don't know. Let's see what else. List of in Las Vegas. Corner. Okay, let me try putting the last name in there. All right, let me see here. Again, I'm getting that charges drop there. Okay, so this is 2021. First child died after suffering skull fractures. No charges filed at the time. Oh boy. I don't understand how there's... I mean, that's 3 years ago. It should be some information. Let me see here. Colorado, man accused. All right, let me look over here at something, okay? Because I think I might be able to get something here. Let me see. First child died by accident. That case is being reopened, someone said. An infant, he was more a friend of a friend, so it's shocking. Okay, so someone is, hold on, in Denver. They paraphrase what he told the police. He told officers their relationship was great. We read all that. It is the same mother of the baby that died and this baby that died. Let me see here. Reporting. Let's see what else it is. Okay, so in the court hearing for his bond, prosecution indicated his first child died in 2021 and was 9. Now see, here they're saying 9 days old. Over there, they said 3 months old. So we've got conflicting information about the first child that died due to a cranial fracture. Defense team made a point to say the child's death was not prosecuted and no charges were filed. The details of the initial child's death case are entirely unknown at this point until more is revealed in historical public records or statements in court. Let me see. Okay. In his university bio, he describes himself as a linguist and an interloper in literatures of post-classical and medieval cultures who reconstructs prior visions of the world and the text through which past civilizations rose to consciousness of themselves. Okay. Academia these days. Okay. Let me see what else we can see. Just don't understand how this doesn't work. She just had a baby. Central Park seems to be. Oh, here's someone that says they used to work with the wife. Now you take it with a grain of salt. It could be for real, and it could be just somebody on the internet trying to get some attention. She was incredibly kind and smart and dedicated. It was really devastating to hear about this yesterday, to think someone so wonderful with her baby was just brutally killed. It's just shocking on so many levels. I agree with one of the posters. Donating to DV organization shelter is so important. Someone said they knew the wife as well. That nobody came until they called. Someone said that they had him for a professor. Again, grain of salt, right? A little quirky, yeah, but all English professors kind of are. Okay. He was vegan. He had 2 giant rabbits as pets. Hold on. If he did have 2 giant rabbits as pets, then I think okay, hold on. This one says he had 2 giant rabbits as pets. I always thought he was such a sweet guy, even crushed on him before, but some other stuff I found out later and won't talk about. It's not my I don't know if this is real. If this person's not just found some stuff in this saying that, because the person with the rabbits, it looks like they said that their rabbit died on July 4th, and it looked like they were in Texas, but I'm going to check that out again. Let's see. And what is this? Hen in the handbasket. What was the father? Okay. Alright, so let me take a look now that they're saying rabbits, because found something about rabbits, but it doesn't make sense because let me see if this is 2016. It could be him. But they would have been Do you think this looks like him? And this is all public, I'll let you know. What do you think? Does that look like him to you? Let me blow it up a little more. I'll wait for you to decide if you think that's him. She had a YouTube channel, if this is her, and she made a cover of Leonard Cohen's Hallelujah. If this is her, she said, rediscovering my love for music, I just came across this piano vocal cover I did of Hallelujah by Leonard Cohen a while back. I must have put it away thinking it was no good and then completely forgot about it. I just found it hidden away in my hard drive and decided, while it's not perfect, it's not that bad. Hope you enjoy my take on this classic. I've always loved this song, but I'm finding it particularly poignant revisiting it now. Now this is in 2022, which would be after their first child died. I'm looking at a post in 2021, and there's only one post that's on this Facebook page. But here's something. On that Hallelujah post, someone said, OMG, this is so beautiful. I'm so sorry this happened to you. I hope your family and friends find peace and get justice. Oh, that's 2 hours ago. So this must definitely be her profile. Somebody just wrote that 2 hours ago. So yes, this is hers, and that's him, and that picture there is back in, well, that is posted 2022, which would be after the baby died. The first child. And then in 2016, she posted a meme that says, I greet you from the other side of sorrow and despair with a love so vast and shattered, it will reach you everywhere. And here was another photo of the two of them. That was in 2016. And there's really not a lot that's public on her profile, and there doesn't seem to be a reference to the baby or pregnancy or anything like that. Like I said, the 20, just this,
your online business?
hold on one second, let me just see something. So she does have a YouTube channel. Let me see what is on this YouTube channel. Life Should Be a Musical is her channel. She does have that Hallelujah put up 2 years ago. She has Rose, My Heart Will Go On, Birthday from Mo's Perspective, Disney Mulan, Tom Watts. Let's see. She has a bunny. She has Bunny 13 years ago, 14 years ago. Another one, Home Sweet Home. Another song, Butterfly. Testing a New Piano. Another one, birthday from Mo's perspective. I don't know if Mo's the bunny because, and let me see, because now that I know that's hers, and they have these bunnies. Let's see something. Let me see. Where the bunny? Where did I see the bunny? Because it wasn't there. It's not on this profile. It was when I was searching here. Okay, let me go over here. Yeah, so it was the House Rabbit Society. Let me see what she said, because she posted in there. Oh, it was July 5th, 2011, and said, we just lost our beloved bunny, Shuriken, yesterday on the 4th of July, and we are having an incredibly hard time. If anyone knows any support groups in Austin, Texas, especially ones for rabbit lost parents, or any books or other resources, we would appreciate it so much. He was the most beautiful creature I have ever known, and I just cannot believe he is gone. I don't know if I can ever fully express how beautiful his soul really was and the extent of his beauty and love. Makes it so much harder to deal with the loss. It feels like someone tore my heart out, and I don't know how to stop the pain. Okay, so that was in 2011. That would be 10 years before their first child died. Right, let me see. There you guys are. So, hello, Heart Made Wise. You're listening. Sewing Buttons. Ellie Smith. Oh, she really loved your bunny with all her heart. Yeah, but what about the baby? What about the baby? Is there an obituary for the baby? Like, what happened to the baby? You know? Hold on a minute. Let me see this. Okay. Myklebust. Okay, let's see. Skull fractures. It's just so weird that there's. Alright, so let me look at something else here. Two dead babies in 3 years. my goodness, let me see here. So now they're saying the first child is 9 days old. That died, the first child. Very strange. A 9-day-old child. It just doesn't make sense that there is nothing. Okay, so somebody said, prosecutors say the baby was 9 days old and died of a cranial fracture. No criminal charges. Someone's saying could be a birth injury, but what is with this guy? Just don't understand what this. All right, let me just check on the other. Ouch. Oh my gosh, this is crazy. Okay, we're gonna switch gears for a minute because that's all I can find on them right now. We'll see what happens, but we're gonna go to South Carolina for a minute. This is scary. Brother and a sister got into an all-out brawl about unseasoned chicken. Okay, that's Anthony and Hope Harper. They were both arrested. The 27-year-old brother was charged with third and second-degree assault and battery on his 25-year-old sister. She was charged with third-degree assault and battery. The deputies responded to their home at 11 p.m. on Sunday when Hope Harper told them that her brother assaulted her when she asked why he didn't season the chicken that he was cooking so it could crust up. I know how to cook, and Grammy was going to season the chicken. The brother allegedly replied Grammy was going to. Before his sister called him a dumb dog, and he pushed her onto the kitchen table and began punching her in the face. She doesn't look like she's been punched in the face, but okay. Another person joined in the fight before another person fired a warning shot into the ceiling with a 9mm handgun in an attempt to break up the brawl. When one person held the brother back, Hope ran into the kitchen and grabbed a steak knife, which she began swinging towards her brother. He broke free and ran to his grandmother's door for protection. At that point, the grandmother came out of her room, grabbed a broom, and began chasing both of her grandchildren, swatting Hope until she finally relented. walking away and putting the knife back into the kitchen. Okay. So that's crazy, but that's not the end of it. The fight wasn't over. When the knife was put away, Anthony grabs a can of Raid bug spray, spraying his sister in the face with it. And then she promptly took it from him and sprayed him back in the face. When the deputies arrived, both siblings wanted to press charges, so they both were arrested. They both were released on Wednesday after they made their bond, $3,587.50 for Anthony and $1,087.50 for Hope. Crazy. You got that? She says, hey, why haven't you seasoned the chicken so it'll crust up? He says, I know how to cook. Grammy's going to season the chicken. She calls him a dumb dog. He pushes her on the table, starts punching her in the face. Somebody fires a warning shot with a 9mm. Okay. Then she gets up and grabs a knife and goes at him. Then he runs to the grandmother's room. Grandmother comes out with a broomstick and chasing the grandkids. Then they grab the Raid. What the heck? That's insane. Oh my gosh. Okay. That's just nuts. I'm sorry. And nobody ate the chicken, and I'm sure the chicken was probably had Raid bug spray all over it. Oh gosh. Okay, and now we have a little news on Scotty Peterson. He's going to be appearing in a documentary. He looks so bad here. We know he murdered Lacey and we know he murdered Connor. Okay, so he's appealing his convictions for the murder of his wife Lacey and unborn son Connor back in 2002. He's going to appear in a documentary which is going to air later this month. Face to Face with Scott Peterson is a 3-part docuseries. It's going to feature an interview with Scott Peterson, who is now 51 years old. And it's his first interview since 2003. The trailer shows him speaking to Shireen Anderson, who's this series' director and executive producer. Earlier this year, the Los Angeles Innocence Project took on Peterson's case and Peterson's bid to get a new trial. The Los Angeles Innocence Project has no connection. See, here's the thing. It has no connection to the National Innocence Project. It's totally different, which is not representing Peterson in any capacity. See, this is when everybody was up in arms. It has no connection with that. The Los Angeles Innocence Project is now claiming that a van found on fire a day after the burglary near the Petersons' home had a mattress in it that could be related to the murders. The van was found a mile away from the Peterson home. The organization also claimed it as evidence that the van did not have a mattress in it before it was stolen and before Lacey Peterson's murder. Scott Peterson's legal team suggested that Lacey Peterson witnessed a burglary across the street from her home, which led to her abduction. A judge, however, denied the LA Innocence Project's request to test blood found on the mattress because no blood was found on the mattress. The judge agreed to allow DNA testing on duct tape that was found on Lacey Peterson's pants. Lacey again vanished on Christmas Eve of 2002, a month before she was due to give birth to their son Connor. Prosecutors have said that Scott Peterson strangled or suffocated his pregnant wife before wrapping her up in a tarp, fastening her to anchors, and dropping her into the San Francisco Bay. Scott Peterson, who claimed he went fishing in the Berkeley Marina when his pregnant wife vanished, was ultimately arrested in San Diego County with $15,000 in his possession, and had his dyed hair, right, and all that. And Scott Peterson had a trial in 2004 where he was sentenced to death the following year. However, California Supreme Court overturned that. We know about that in 2020 after jurors who disagreed with the death penalty but were willing to impose it were found to be unfairly dismissed. There were also issues surrounding prejudicial misconduct after a domestic violence victim, that was that strawberry shortcake lady, was put on the jury. In 2021, Scott Peterson was resentenced to life in prison without parole for the murders. Later that year, a judge denied his bid for a new trial. Since starting his bid to get a new trial in March, the judge has denied many of Scott Peterson's motions, including a request to have 14 items tested for DNA. Notably, the judge approved additional DNA testing for duct tape found on Lacey Peterson's pants. Excuse me. The tape, which was discovered during an autopsy, had DNA present, but it was not of an acceptable quality to generate a profile, according to the motion. Face to Face with Scott Peterson is going to air on Peacock on August 20th. All right. Let me try and find you guys. Where'd you go? There you are. I couldn't find my video at first. Okay, so Scott Peterson hasn't changed one bit. Cute kitty kitty said, I wouldn't believe anything that Peterson says. People are going nuts. Wait, who's going nuts? Oh, with that fighting. Yeah, absolutely. Over the chicken? Yeah. That is crazy, isn't it? Chicken dancing. All right, let's see now. I think, what time is it? 1 o'clock? I think, let's see if there's any other headlines we want to discuss. Then we're going to do word cookies probably. Let me see if there's anything else I want to touch on. Son and grandson. The son and grandson charged in connection with the death of 75-year-old Ohio man. 3 people have now been charged. Okay, so let's see what's happening in the Delphi case. Deborah loved to follow this case. Okay. Accused Delphi killer Richard Allen confessed more than 60 times to murdering 2 children in 2017, according to testimony on Wednesday. Richard Allen returned to court for his second day of hearings in Carroll County. The hearing centered on motions from Allen's defense team to suppress incriminating statements he made while incarcerated at the Westville Correctional Facility in Indiana. On Wednesday, the prosecution said it had numerous confessions from Richard Allen to present to a jury, supported by multiple witness testimonies during the hearing. Richard Allen is facing 4 counts of murder for the deaths of Abigail Abby Williams and Liberty Libby German. The girls vanished while hiking on the Mononhide Bridge Trail in February of 2017 in Delphi, Indiana. Their bodies were discovered the next day. Richard Allen, a local resident and pharmacist, was arrested and charged with their murders more than 5 years later. Since then, Allen has been in a maximum security state prison. Former Westville warden John Gallipo testified on Wednesday that the isolation unit that Allen was held at is described as a prison inside a prison. The unit is typically reserved for those requiring close supervision. Prosecutors requested housing Allen in a prison rather than the county jail, as the sheriff said they didn't have enough staff at the local jail to ensure Richard Allen's safety. The former warden said Allen was placed there by top IDOC administrators to be monitored under the prison's suicide watch protocols. While outside his cell, both inmates and guards reported hearing him confess to the Delphi murders. The warden testified. He said that Allen also confessed directly to him during one of the warden's visits to his cell block. He confessed, he told Special Judge Fran Gull. Stacy Diener, a prosecutor on the case, said Wednesday that Allen made 61 incriminating statements over a 2-month period, including confessions to his wife, to his mother, and inmates assigned to him while on suicide watch. Indiana State Police Detective Brian Harshman, who was tasked with reviewing reports, videos, and phone calls involving Richard Allen during his incarceration, testified the defendant has made 60-plus direct confessions. Okay. And I'm getting very, very sleepy. And the ballerina, that murder trial, Benefield, she was found guilty. Just in case you don't know, she was found guilty. She claimed it was self-defense. She was found guilty of murder. Okay, let's do our word cookies, because then I'm going to go to sleep. Tomorrow we're supposed to have a craft night, sewing night. I'm really going to try to make that happen. Come on, word cookies, you can do it. There'll be a blog, Clear Mind, Clear Peaceful Heart, Starbucks gift card giveaway. Deanna Llewellyn won the other giveaway on the blog. Congratulations, Deanna. Oh my goodness, why isn't this opening? Okay. This is just aggravating. Okay, here we go. I remember this case too well. Who does two girls? Oh, yes, that's his recent picture. Cute kitty kitty. That was Scott Peterson. Yep. Yes, it was. Yuck, yuck, yuck. Get out of here with this August 2nd. I don't want this. August is almost over already. Stop it. Stop it. Oh good, this is a... That's not... Oh my gosh. Gin is always there. There's the letter is always there. Okay, and that was easy. I got it all by myself. I didn't even see that word until I didn't even look at your word, Sharon. I did it all by myself, the whole thing. Yay, me! Go me! Sorry, guys. It's been a long day. Okay. This is the one that we tried. Poultry, unseasoned poultry, see? Yes, unseasoned poultry. Oh boy. I don't remember which ones I did. I did all those already. Okay, I think I don't know. Let me see here. Polly. Port Miami. Good one, Emmy. Let's see. I already have poor. It's up there. Poor right there. I already have it. Thought I tried Patty Cartman. Let me see. Yeah, I already found that extra word. I try though. Oh, brother, oh, brother, oh, brother. Tofu? No, there's no F. No F. What did you say? Ruly? No. Roly? No, I just tried Roly. And Ruly. Trop? Truly? Truly is probably there, yeah. Oh, there you go. Truly, yeah. Good job. I got it. Okay. I got it, I got it. Italy. Very good. Emmy. Good Hartley Wise. Whew. Sorry. Tina would be yelling at me. Sorry, Tina. Sorry, Tina. Sorry. Okay, let me see. I got that, Ari. Cart. Got that. Let's see, Clay's. Okay, so. Oh, let me see. So sorry. Lyric. Go to Heart Name Wise. Lycra. That's an extra word. Rail. Okay. Oh, trial. How could we miss that one? Nice chart. Oh, Arctic. Haley. That was a good try, Arctic. Liar. And liar. Where there's a lair, there's a liar. Now we just have to get this C word here. What else do we have, Heart? Cray? Oh, like cray. I thought I tried that. Oh, it can't be because it can't be. Has to begin with a CACICL. Clat? Nope. City? We built this city on. Very good, thank you. Yay! Creme brulee! It was hard and we did it! Okay. Okay, we're so close to our advancement, I just can't do it. Tomorrow's another day. I love you guys. God bless. Prayers for all. See you tomorrow. Everybody take it easy. Be good. Bye now. Love you.